Hey folks, welcome back to another episode of Not Enough Thumbs. This is episode 148, and we are going to talk about I don't even know the title. It's the Blue Angels documentary on Netflix.
I think it's just called Blue Angels.
Blue Angels, okay. We have guest today as our guest speaker.
Yeah.
And so, what did you think about this one? Because we talked about Thunderbirds a couple of weeks ago. How would you compare that to the Blue Angels one?
I think I liked the Blue Angels one a little more. It seemed to focus more on the flying and training as Air Force, the Air Force one. They focused on that a lot as well, but they also focused on the people and how they got up to that point, which is what I think I liked more than the Blue Angels one. But I think the Blue Angels one did a better job at showing the moves and stuff for the training. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think they did show. They showed how close that these jets fly when they're flying in formation, and I do like how they showed the selection process and just where all these guys come from. I think one of my favorite parts is where they put them into centrifuge.
Yeah.
They're training the new soon to be potential Blue Angels, and they put them in a centrifuge to see if they can withstand the G-forces that they would be subject to in formation flying. And it seems like everybody passes out, but then they're able to finally withstand that, because something different about the Blue Angels is that they don't wear the G-suits because it would interfere with the stick movement. I don't know if the Thunderbirds wear them or not.
I don't actually know what the G-suit looks like.
It looks like a bunch of balloons kind of wrapped
around
yeah.
Rings here.
Yeah.
I believe I saw those on the Thunderbirds.
Okay.
So I think they do wear those, and I noticed they wear the whatever that thing is.
The mask?
The mask as well. Where the Blue Angels, they just wear a helmet, and that's pretty much it.
Oh, you're right.
They just wear a helmet and their blue uniform, and that's it.
Yeah, that's very interesting. Both formation teams do some pretty, crazy precision flying, but kind of partial to the F-18. I think it looks cooler.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I really didn't know a whole lot about the Thunderbirds, so I did really appreciate that documentary also, and it made me want to watch one of their shows, because I haven't seen them in years. And here in St. Louis, the Blue Angels come by the airport, every other year, which is really cool. But the Thunderbirds, I'm not sure how often they come around or not.
I don't think I even heard about the Thunderbirds until you mentioned the documentary.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they've always been F-16s as far as I know, but the Blue Angels have been through a number of airplanes.
Yeah. So does that mean the Thunderbirds newer then by a lot, because F-16 hasn't been around for?
Yeah, I guess they would be. Yeah, because the Blue Angels started with.
They started with F4.
Or was it before the A4? I'm sorry, F4. F4, A6 or A4.
Because the Blue Angels were during or after World War II, right?
I think so. There might have even been some prop planes before the jets. Really cool to watch. It's always cool to see those perspectives that you don't get to see when you're just watching from the runway. That way you get a real sense of how dangerous this kind of flying is, and how unfortunate it is whenever they have accidents. And it's hard to believe that accidents would happen to such highly trained pilots, but it just does.
Yeah, they say it's
part of the job.
Completely different than what they're taught.
Yeah.
And sometimes they have to ignore the safety things they've learned about flying.
It's funny because you can hear the pull up sometimes.
Altitude.
Yeah, dude, it's okay. Really cool documentary. I've watched it a handful of times. I think you've seen it once. I just like these types of tributes to our military. Greatly appreciated in our country. I think the best of us. What would you rate this documentary?
I think I would rate it. I think I would rate it about the same as the Thunderbirds. So I think 9 is what 9.5.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I agree. I'm up there with you. And apparently there is another documentary that my coworker told me about that I think has to do with the training. I think naval aviator training. So it might even be about the Blue Angels. I can't remember. Yeah. We'll have to see.
Okay.
So, all right. Well, thanks for joining us this week, guest, and thank you, audience, for chiming in today. And we got a lot of views with the Thunderbirds, so we hope to get more of the same with with the Blue Angels. We'll throw in some good clips there, and we will catch you guys next time.